What to do when your AC is leaking water all over the place? I'm gonna tell you. So there's a couple reasons this happens though. Number one, your condensate line, which is the white PVC pipe, it's usually white, sometimes it's black, it's clogged up with slime and sludge and filth. It'll back up and spill the water all over the place, usually down through the system and onto your floor. That's typically where you see it. Why does this happen? The air conditioning unit job is to cool your home and dehumidify. It takes that water vapor out of the air, turns it into liquid, and drains it out that pipe. Well, because that pipe is dark and dirty, you tend to grow stuff and collect dirt and mildew and sludge, all types of nasties. Well, that'll back that line up, spilling the water into the system, and it leaks out the bottom, out the cracks and crevices onto your floor. This is typically where you see it. You walk across the carpet, wet socks, one of the worst feelings in the world, right? Your carpet's wet. Well, what can you do? The first thing to do is turn it off. Just shut it down. I know it's hot. Just turn it off because the more it runs, the more water it'll produce. Turn it off and start drying up that carpet. You don't want wet carpet sitting there because you can get mold and mildew growth and all type of additional secondary damage and nasties. If you catch it quick enough, you might be able to dry it out, salvage that pad and that carpet, maybe not. You might want to do a cleaning or have a remediation specialist come in depending on the extent of the damage or the water. But turn it off is first things first. The reason this happens is your air conditioning unit is condensing humidity. Part of the job of the AC is to cool the air. The other part is to dehumidify so that moisture liquefies and drains out this pipe. So you get all type of sludge and buildup in there. It's terrible. So next thing you want to do is get some towels around the unit because there's a slim chance that you might be low on refrigerant or have a clogged air filter, which will cause your indoor coil, that's the piece that sits above the furnace, it'll cause that to freeze up, turn into a block of ice, and that ice then melts. As that ice melts, it'll continue leaking. So putting a barrier of towels around the unit is a brilliant idea to make sure you soak up any additional water that may show itself. At that point, it's not a whole lot more you want to do other than call a professional. That drain line would need to be cut open and cleared out. Now, if you're very handy, if you're a DIYer, you might want to take a shop vac, put it on the end of that pipe and suck it clean, but you won't be able to tell if it was freezing up unless you disassemble the system or you hook up refrigerant gauges. This is where the professionals come in. But at a minimum, you shut it down, you dry up the water, and you create a barrier with towels around the unit. Hopefully, you don't have to call a professional. This particular issue tends to happen to most people in their home unless they're getting regular maintenance and that regular maintenance is done properly. I hope this helps. I'll see you on the next one.